Hello and welcome to MKF1120 Marketing Theory and Practice. My name is Peter Wagstaff, but you can call me Wags. I'm the unit coordinator responsible for this unit of Marketing Theory and Practice. And together with a great team of around about 10 teaching staff, we'll be helping you throughout the semester learn about marketing. Now, how are we going to do that? Well, the way we run this unit is a little bit different to what you might expect, and maybe different to the way you've learnt in the past. Because traditionally, university subjects are taught with lectures, tutorials and textbooks. But in this unit, Marketing Theory and Practice, we don't have lectures, we don't have tutorials, nor do we have textbook. Instead of lectures, we have online lessons. Instead of tutorials, we have workshops, and instead of textbooks, we have a series of free resources available to you through Moodle. So let me explain the way this unit runs. I think the best way to do that is to talk about our Moodle site, because really this is the hub, the central place where all of your weekly resources to help you study marketing will be located. So Moodle is this online learning platform, and in here you'll find the unit guide, you'll find the weekly lessons which cover all the details that you need to be learning each week. Those details include some video content, some downloadable readings that you have to work through each week, and some little self-check questions to confirm that you understand the important parts of marketing. Also, there are elements of your assessment here in Moodle, the weekly quiz that must be completed by first thing every Wednesday morning. There are some useful links to help you with your study. There's also a discussion forum where you can ask questions, answer other students' questions, and interact with others. So Moodle is an important site you need to understand, and I'd suggest now, during orientation week, you spend some time getting to know Moodle and how it works. Now, the way we teach this unit, as I said before, we don't have traditional lectures. This unit is run in what we call blended learning mode. So even though we don't have face-to-face lectures, there is still something that replaces those lectures. They are online weekly lessons located in Moodle. So every Friday night, late on Friday evening, we'll be releasing the following week's online lesson for you. Now, those lessons include some videos, and there's around about 1 hour of video content every week that you need to work through. There's some readings, and these readings are often a chapter from a textbook, or maybe a journal article that you need to read. Make sure you're reading these really alongside the videos, because we do make reference to these readings each week in these various videos that you're watching. Then, from time to time within the lesson, there'll be some self-check quiz questions. And these questions are just there for you to confirm that you understand the important points. This blended learning approach means that pre-class work is essential. Before you come to your workshops each week, you must have completed the online lesson. It's a compulsory activity, that online lesson, before you arrive in the workshop. Now, that workshop, it's in a dedicated room N206 at Caulfield campus. Those workshops run for 1.5 hours each. Okay, so it's once a week, 1.5 hours, that's your only class time. But of course, make sure you've done that online lesson prior to coming to the class. Now, this way of learning does require you to be quite disciplined and independent. You need to put aside some time every week to make sure you're working on those online lessons. I've looked at some stats from previous semesters at the performance of students, those that worked hard on the lessons and kept up to date with them, and those that didn't. And there's a very strong correlation between the amount of time that people put into studying those lessons and, of course, doing them on time each week and their final result. It really does pay to keep up with the lessons each week as semester progresses. So visually, here's a little diagram which explains really how your week is going to be structured. Before coming to your workshops, the pre-class activities, you need to prepare and discover. Get ready for what's going to be happening in the class. And to do that, you need to complete those online lessons. That course content delivery happens prior to coming to your workshops. Then, in class, your workshops, that's when you'll begin to explore some of those concepts that you learned about earlier on in those pre-class activities. It'll be a team-based approach. You'll be sitting on a table with a group of other students that you'll get to know very well throughout this semester. And we won't be lecturing you in these workshops. Instead, the teachers are there as facilitators. They'll be sitting down at the table with you, helping you learn. Then post-class, that's your opportunity to reflect, review, consolidate, to go back and complete those readings and really make sure you understand everything in detail. Of course, there'll be assessment tasks as well, such as an essay that's due during semester that you need to be doing outside of class time. Now, I know it's only orientation week right now, but it's never too early to get to start reading all about the unit. And every unit you study at Monash will have a document called the Unit Guide. If you have a look in Moodle, you'll see a link to the Unit Guide for Marketing Theory and Practice. Right now, even before semester starts, please download, read and understand everything in the Unit Guide. It's a critical document you must understand before you start studying. You need to refer to it regularly as semester progresses as well. Let me just talk about some of the really important parts of the Unit Guide. Firstly, the unit objectives. Every unit has a set of objectives. These are learning outcomes, things that by the end of the unit you will be able to achieve. So have a quick look at the unit objectives for Marketing Theory and Practice, because by the end of semester you'll be able to do those 4 things listed under those unit objectives. The other thing in the Unit Guide you need to pay a lot of attention to is the weekly schedule. This shows the 12 weeks of semesters and what we'll be doing each week, which topics we'll be studying, and any assessment that might be due during that week. So make sure you've read the weekly schedule. The assessment requirements for the unit. I'll talk about those in a moment, so stay tuned for that. The teaching approach, that's our blended learning approach where you have your online lessons and your face-to-face workshops. I've already discussed that, but that's all outlined in more detail in the Unit Guide. The resources, in particular Moodle and all of the resources available to you online through Moodle. And finally, textbooks, or should I say no textbooks, because in this unit you are not required to buy a textbook. All of the reading material that you need for this unit is available for you to freely download from Moodle, so there's no need to purchase a textbook. Now, if you look at the Unit Guide, you'll see that we have listed 6 books there just for those students that feel as though they really still do need a book. But my advice is there is no need to buy one. All of the information you need is available for free. So on to the assessment. Please pay close attention to these assessment tasks and deadlines. A really important one, as you can see here, is the essay. The essay is due in week 5 of semester, and you must submit that online through Moodle. It's worth 20% of the marks in the unit. Read the Unit Guide and you'll find out some more details about that essay. There are online quizzes in Moodle. So commencing in week 2 of semester, there will be a small little quiz, only 5 questions, multiple choice, for you to answer after you have completed the online lesson. These online quizzes have a very strict deadline of Wednesday mornings at 8 a.m. If you miss that deadline, bad luck, you'll get 0 for that quiz. So please make sure you're meeting that deadline and answering the quiz questions prior to 8 a.m. on Wednesday mornings. And you actually have until from the previous Friday night to do so. Okay, so you've got about 5 days to work your way through the lesson and answer the quiz. Plenty of time for you to do it, but you do need to be disciplined. Schedule some time every week, maybe every weekend or Monday or Tuesday, some time to work through the lesson and answer that quiz question. There are 11 quizzes throughout the semester that are accessible, but we take your best 10, so you can miss one without any negative implications on your mark. The next assessment activity is the immediate feedback activity that's going to occur in your workshops. So commencing in week 2, once again, that first week we won't have an immediate feedback activity, but starting in week 2, there'll be a small little activity that you'll have to participate in with your group. There are 10 of these throughout semester. These are worth 20% of your marks for the unit. Now what we're going to do is give you one opportunity to miss one, so we'll take your best 9 to calculate your mark out of 20. Okay, so you can miss one without any penalty. And then finally, at the end of semester, there is an exam in this unit, a written exam. This exam is a hurdle requirement. In other words, you must pass the exam to pass the unit. Please read the Unit Guide, you'll find out more information about that. So to wrap up and to really start you thinking about marketing, why actually do you need to learn marketing? Why is it important for everyone that's studying business to understand marketing? Well, some of you may choose to become marketers. You may study a marketing major and go on to work in a marketing role. But even if you're not, if you're going to be working in business, you're going to have to work with marketers. And you're at least going to have to work with customers. In fact, almost every business can't survive without its customers. And ultimately, that's what marketing is about. You need to understand your customers. And you know what? This first point on the slide, just behind me here, we are all customers. Almost every day, we are behaving as customers. We are shopping, buying, being exposed to advertising. And as a result of that, this can be a really interesting subject to study just from the mere fact or point of view of us as customers. So to get started, what do you need to do to get started right now? Well, firstly, log into Moodle and have a look at all the resources available now in Moodle. Download and read the unit guide, and then on Friday of orientation week, that's when your first online lesson on Friday night will be released. So on Friday evening, anytime after then, log into Moodle, have a look at the week 1 materials. You can start your reading, you can start your study, and make sure you've done that prior to coming to your first workshop. So we look forward to seeing you in week 1 in 2 places. Online, of course, but most importantly, in your workshop in week 1 of semester. Thanks so much, and I'm looking forward to studying with you over the next 12 weeks. See you soon.